Hello Libra, welcome to Very Virgoan. I'm Veronica Virgo, here to do another reading for you. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy your reading. And if you're returning, thank you so much. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe as I'm building this channel from the ground up. I've got a new setup tonight. Bear with me, it's a little side googly in terms of how I had to arrange it, so sometimes my dimensional stuff's off because I'm also watching myself on a computer. But let's get started. I'm reading with the Crow Tarot tonight by MJ Cullinan. I'm not sure how she pronounces it. Beautiful deck, great art, and very fanciful. Also, I was taking a walk last night, and I live beside a McDonald's, and there was a whole group of large crows that swooped down in front of me, and they were so big and beautiful. I thought, well, tonight I'm going to do reading from the Crow Tarot. Now, I am doing a full moon reading tonight, and when you're thinking about the full moon, it's sort of, you know, the wishes that you've had, the aspirations that you've had over the last few weeks, any intentions that you put out there tend to be, you know, expanding, right? Because you have a waxing moon. But from the full moon to the new moon, it's waning energy. So I want you to think about in terms of the layout that I'm going to do for you, which is a 3-card spread, past, present, and future, sort of what you've accumulated, what kind of energies you've accumulated over the last couple of weeks, and where you are at the full moon, and then what we should be looking toward in the waning moon cycle. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just do one more shuffle. I can't shuffle these because they're too big for my hands, so I can't do them all sexy like. I got to do them the old timey way, I guess. All right, let's get started. Libra, Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, let me get it here where you can see it a little better. The Knight of Swords tends to communicate like a certain level of impulsiveness. That you've basically been spending some time, Libra, defending yourself to other people. People have seen you as impulsive in something that you've been doing. That, you know, okay, we'll reward you for taking action, but maybe you were a little hasty. You know, what is the cart before the horse? Not quite depicted here, but that's kind of what I'm getting looking at it. It's like the crow is trying to keep up with the horse that it scared into action. Does that make any sense? And you've got the little robin over here judging you. I don't know exactly what that pertains to, if that's in life, love. I tend to think that it might have something to do with emotion. But we'll see here. Let's see where we're at as far as your present. We have a 10 of Pentacles. Okay, well, that tends to communicate something to do with like a legacy, a culmination of earnings, reward for life's work. It can sometimes indicate an inheritance. If you have had a recent death in the family and you perhaps got some monies from the person who left this mortal coil, you might have some family members that are jealous and think that you're like running away with money you didn't earn. I don't know that that's true, Libra, but it may be where you find yourself. Okay, let's take a look at your future here. I don't read with card reversals, which is why I turn cards over. It's a completely legitimate way of reading. It's just how I prefer to do it. Okay, so we've also got a 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got some pretty unhappy birds. They look like they're starving or they're sick. And you've got these birds up here that are kind of protecting what's left. This is a card of like financial insecurity, instability. So Libra, what I'm thinking is that you're either taking the money and running and you're spending it all and you're gonna find yourself not doing well. But given that this is only sort of a 2-week prediction, I mean, unless you just went crazy and went to like Atlantic City and dropped it all on red 11 or something, I don't think that's how you're going to end up. And also being a sign of kind of weighing things out, being sort of sensible in an air sign, I don't think that's typically what you would do. But I guess I'm just trying to say, you know, be warned. If you've had a windfall, whether it was through an inheritance or just the result of you making good investments or something like that, put some of that away. Be like these birds, but don't end up having to be like these birds and like protect what little you have and then having to leave like family members or people that you owe money to out in, you know, out in the cold. Because this, it looks like water, but it's like the wind blowing around them, right? So I think that's something to think about. You know, you may feel like, oh wow, you know, I've got all this like extra money, I could like splurge, you know, I could splurge around my birthday or something, you know, when you've been thinking about it. Maybe you're laying down plans, the travel plans and stuff, but think about what comes out on the other side of that. If there's unexpected expenses, or if you end up being a spendthrift and losing all you have. So I think this definitely, even from the beginning, has to do not with relationships romantically, but like people who are watching you and are taking inventory of your possible habits. Not to speak ill of you at all, Libra. Okay, so I also am doing a little spell casting card. If you did my last tarot reading, you're already familiar with these, but this should help you in going forward with knowing how you might handle this potential loss. Oh, interesting. Well, you get the card of love. And you know what's interesting about this is that she's holding this pink crystal, which is a crystal of love, and she's holding it up. But it kind of feels like it's about self-love to me, because there's no one else in the image. She's very serene, and she's holding it up to her throat chakra, which means like loving your self-expression. Loving your self-expression, Libra. And maybe this is what motivates you. Maybe you're sinking it all into like an artistic project or something. You're thinking of doing that. And that you think that will tell everybody you love yourself or something along those lines. And I think it's important. Of course, self-love is important and self-expression is definitely important. But let's take a look at the actual, oops, I forgot to get the book. Let's look at the actual spell and see what illumination it has to share with us on this love here, taking into context the rest of the cards. Work with a rose quartz crystal. Accept and believe in who you are. It's safe both to give and receive love. Honor your true feelings. So maybe, you know, maybe you could spread this around a little bit. If you indeed are coming into a financial windfall, it's safe both to give and receive love. Love can be expressed through abundance, through sharing your prosperity with another person. I'm not saying you have to give it all away, but you don't want to end up on this side where you're bitter and holding on to what little you have. You want this to create abundance for yourself and for those around you. I'm getting ready to have a kitty explosion here because he's looking like he wants to jump on the table as a warning, because I'm not going to stop the camera, or I might. Anyway, let's read about this incantation. To open your heart chakra, hold a piece of rose quartz and light a pink candle on a Friday at dusk when the moon is full. You hear that? Face the direction of south and say, Flowers of pink, crystals of rose, bring me new romance so I will not close. My beautiful heart, I'm longing to share compassion and kindness, to be gentle and fair. Desires recognized, I wish to ignite my passionate dreams so that I might attract beauty and love into my world. May deep the love mystery now be unfurled, to bring about romance, kisses, and laughter, and be of my heart happily ever after. Attraction shines brightly, it fills up my heart. Love now surrounds me, ne'er to depart. Blow out the candle, directing its smoke over your heart center, and say, gratefully I accept the magic of you, of protection to assist in all that I do. Lend me the courage, build power in me, assist my transcendence, so mote it be. So here's what I'm thinking, Libra. You may be having some self-love issues, and you've been projecting it outward, hoping that you'd meet your prince or princess charming. And you might think that you can buy love, because I'm looking at this card now, and there's roses here, just above here, sort of hinting to me, roses down here, that somehow if you can look abundant, or if you can create something that will help people love you, then all will be well. But you got to start with you. Like, you got to find the love inside you before any of the external stuff can augment it. And would you only want to be loved for having money or only having a creative project? You want all of this to work in tandem so that you're radiating out self-love and creating things that reflect your true feelings about the world around you. I hope that's helpful. I feel like I'm on the right path here with my descriptions. All right, Libra, let's close this off with a little tarot dice. We have Gemini, we have Neptune, we have Mercury, and we have 7. So tomorrow's the 7th, that's a Sunday, August 7th. So it might be by the time you watch this full moon reading that on Sunday there was some sort of illumination in this. Mercury is, it has to do with like thought, communication, the mind. So I really want you to do some meditation on this reading and think about how you can better access self-love. Oops, that's Neptune. I'm sorry, this was the Mercury die. But, you know, Neptune is about your creative nature and your intuition, right? So these two things actually really work together. Get into your mind to think about how you can more readily access the creative nature of your intuition, and this stuff will start to flow. Now, you may have your eye on a Gemini, or perhaps you have Gemini in your chart. If so, I think it's your moon. So if any of this is particularly resonant, then this reading is for you specifically, Libra. I guess that's it. I'm so happy to have done this reading for you today. It was really beautiful. I hope it's been helpful. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to build this channel as much as I can, because it gives me such pleasure and I love to be of service. So thank you, Libra. We'll see you at the new moon reading.